All right, we're back and ready to talk about example 2. But before we do, we have to talk about a few vocabulary terms. So the first term we're going to talk about are complementary angles. Have you ever heard that before, complementary angles? Does anybody know what complementary angles are? Complementary angles are two angles whose measures have a sum, remember sum is adding, of 90 degrees. So two angles whose measure have a sum of 90 degrees. That means two angles that add up to 90. So this should be a flashcard. You should make one of this here. Flashcard for both of them, really. Okay. Plural flashcards. Okay, so let's look at these two. We have angle A and angle B. Oh, this is supposed to be angle C. Go ahead and write a C in there. Here we go. C. Put a C right there. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so two angles that have a sum of 90. So what could that be? A, B, or C? Well, C is already over 90, being 127 degrees. So there's no chance that can be complementary. So let's go ahead and add these two numbers up. 37 plus 53. So 37 plus 53, what do we get? 7 plus 3 is 10, write the 0, carry the 1. 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 1 is 9. They're 90 degrees. That means that they are complementary. So we can say that angle A and angle B are complementary angles, and I like to just use this shortcut. Mathematical writing shortcut, that means angles. So A and B are complementary angles. All right, let's go down to supplementary angles. So if we have complementary angles, what do you think supplementary angles are? Supplementary angles are two angles whose measures have a sum of 180 degrees. Okay, so 180 degrees. What do you think that is? So we know these two add up to 90, so they can't add up together and get 180. So we're going to have to include this big angle here, 127. 127 plus which one of these angles is going to give us 180? Well, I kind of think it's probably going to be A. So let's go ahead and add those two together and see what we get. 127 plus 53. 3 plus 7 is 10, write the 0, carry the 1. 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 1 is 8. Bring down the 1. Boom, there we have it. We have it 180 degrees. So that means that angle A and angle C are supplementary. They add up to 180 degrees. Now, sometimes what I've found over the years is that students, they get confused with complementary. Sometimes they'll think it's 180, and supplementary, sometimes they'll think it's 90, and they get them confused and they get the numbers confused. And so one thing that has helped me is just recognizing which number, no, not which number, which word, complementary and supplementary, come first in the alphabet. So if I was going to put these in alphabetical order, complementary would come first, right? It would be complementary, and I'm just going to abbreviate, and then it would be supplementary, right? So this would be first, and this would be second. Well, let's look at the numbers. If I put the numbers in order as far as 90 and 180, which number comes first? 90 degrees comes first. So maybe that will help you remember that complementary always comes with the 90 degrees, because complementary comes first in the alphabet and 90 comes first if you were counting. Whereas 180, that is after 90, and supplementary alphabetically is after C. So that always helps me keep them straight, because the first alphabetically and the first number you would arrive to, those two go together. The second number the second word alphabetically and the next number, they go together. So supplementary goes with 180 and complementary goes with 90. All right, cool. So let's go over here. This is key, complement of an angle. And sometimes I just like to think about, like, keep it simple, right? So we see this 90 minus x. Okay, what does that mean? All right, so complement of an angle. So if I was talking about an angle and I was using 50 degrees, okay, so I said the measure of angle A is equal to 50 degrees. Well, what would its complementary angle be, right? Well, it would need to be the angle that you can add it to 50 and then equals 90. So let's just say that, and this measure of angle A is not that A, okay, so this is just a different thing. So I'll use measure of angle D then. Well, we know 50 plus 40 equals 90, right? But if we didn't know that, how would we get it? Well, we would go 90 minus 50, right? We would go 90, because that's the complementary, minus 50, and then that would give us the 40. And so that's exactly what's happening. If you want to know the complement of an angle, if you have angle A is 50 and you want to know the complement, you're really going to go 90 minus whatever this angle is, and that's going to give you the complement. So this is the angle that we started with, and this one is the complement to this angle. All right? And we're able to determine that by going measure of angle D equals 90 minus x, which is 50, which gives us the measure of angle D equaling 40 degrees. Okay? Now let's talk about the supplement of an angle. So we have an angle, and then if you have the supplement of an angle is 180 minus x. So let's just think about an angle. Let's think about, we have an angle, I'm going to call it angle F. The measure of angle F, I'm using an equal sign. That's why I always use this measure of angle F. The equal sign, let's just say it's 150 degrees. And we want to find what's the supplement of that angle. The supplement of angle F is going to be 180 degrees minus the measure of angle F. That's going to be the supplement of angle F. This is angle F, this is the supplement. So if I go 180 and then I substitute in 150 for what the measure of angle F is, I end up with 180 minus 50, which is equal to 30 degrees. 30 degrees is the supplement of 150. Okay, so those would be supplementary angles. So let's go down and look at example 2. All right, so this is, it says find the measure of each of the following. And you're going to have to do this for a quiz, your upcoming quiz that you're going to have. So this says the complement of angle F. What is write down the complement of angle F. Well, we know that the measure of angle F is 59 degrees, right? And we know that the complement is 90 minus this. So it's going to be 90 minus the measure of angle F. That's what the complement of angle F is. So this equals the complement of angle F. All right, then we substitute this in for F, because angle of F is 59 degrees. And then we get 90 minus 59 degrees, and that's the complement of F, angle F. And then we just need to do that work. I'm going to go do it over here on the side. Got to borrow from the 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. This is an 8. 8 take away 5 is 3. So that means it's 31 degrees. The complement of angle F is 31 degrees. That is the answer. Okay, and that's how you show your work. All right, cool. Let's talk about the supplement of angle G. So right here in my drawing, this is kind of faded. So this is angle G right here. Okay, It's a happy G. Very, very happy G. Okay, there we go. Angle G. So we need to determine the supplement of angle G. Well, what is the angle? What is the measure of angle G? Well, measure of angle G is equal to 7x plus 10. All right, and we need to find the supplement of G. Well, what's the supplement of an angle? 180 minus x. Okay, and our x is measure of angle G. So that means that the supplement of angle G is going to equal 180 minus the measure of angle G. That's what the supplement of angle G is. Then we substitute this in. So we get supplement of angle G. We're going to substitute this. Since there's multiple things to substitute into for the measure of angle G, we have to put it in parentheses. So 180 minus 7x plus 10, and there we are. We're back to our warm-up problem. So supplement of angle G is equal to 180. That negative's outside, so we have to distribute it to both things. So negative times 7x is negative 7x. A negative times a positive 10 is a negative 10. And then we just simplify. So the supplement of angle G is equal to, let's simplify those numbers, 180 minus 10 is 170 minus 7x. And that's what the supplement of angle G is. All right, there we go. Okay, now it's on to flip the page, check it out, example 2, and we're gonna find the measure of each of the following. So on A, there's complement of angle E right here. And here we have the supplement of angle F, and I think we need to write in a little F right there. Missing that. Okay. And yeah, okay, I want you to go ahead and pause and work those out. Make sure that you show your work the same way here that I just did, okay? So try these two on your own and see how you do. Okay, go ahead and pause. When you get done, press play and we'll talk about them. All right, we are back. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So we have the complement. They're asking us to find the complement of angle E. So what is angle E? The measure of angle E is equal to 7x minus 12, right? Now we have to do the complement of angle E. So the complement of angle E, remember complement is 90, so it's going to be 90 degrees minus the measure of angle E. So I want you to write that in symbols first, okay? It's very important that you write it in symbols first. Then, we're still trying to figure out the complement of angle E, equals 90 minus, then I'm going to substitute this 7x minus 12 in for E. Since there's multiple things, there's a 7x and there's a negative 12, I have to put it in parentheses. So there we go, 7x minus 12, okay? Then from there, we are just going to simplify. We're trying to find the complement of angle E. Okay, so we have 90, we have this negative, we have to distribute it to both things. So negative times 7x is negative 7x, and negative times a negative 12 is going to be a positive 12. And then we just simplify. So we have 90 plus 12, which is going to give us 102 minus 7x, and this is the complement of angle E. So there's our answer. So if you got that one right, awesome job. If you didn't, go ahead, find your error, and make sure all of your work looks like mine. Okay, let's move on to the supplement of angle F. So here we have angle F. Well, what is angle F? Well, measure of angle F is equal to 116.5 degrees. All right, so it's supplement, which means it's going to be two angles that add up to 180. So to find the supplement of angle F, we're going to take 180 and subtract it from the measure of angle F. Make sure that you have this in symbols. Okay, now we're going to take this and substitute it in. So we have 180 minus, there's only one thing, there's not two things like 7x, two terms, 7x and a negative 12. So we don't have to put in parentheses, we can just directly substitute it in. And we get this. Okay, then lastly, the supplement of angle F, we just need to do this subtraction. So I'm going to go over here to the side, I'm going to go 180 subtracted by 116.5. Whenever you're subtracting decimals, you have to line up the decimals. You put the bigger number on top, and there's nothing here, so you add a 0. Okay, you can't do that. Got to borrow, but can't borrow there. Got to borrow here. So this is going to be a 7. This is going to be a 9. That's going to be a 10. 10 take away 5 is 5. Bring down that decimal. 9 take away 6 is 3. 7 take away 1 is 6. And that's just 1 take away 1, which is 0. So there we have it, 63.5 degrees. That is the supplement of angle F. So if you got this right and showed your work correctly, awesome job. If you didn't, go ahead and fix it so it looks exactly like mine, and I will see you back in a little bit for example 3.